how can we protect ourselves from regret on the Day of Judgment? Regret is one of the most painful emotions that can affect really any one of us, Muslim or non-Muslim alike. I was reading not too long ago in the Harvard newsletter of a man, an elderly gentleman in Liverpool from the UK, who would pull out the same lottery number each week, hoping to hit the jackpot. SubhanAllah, despite his old age, there is still that desire and the hope to become a multimillionaire one day without the need to work with it. And this is the nature of man, as the Messenger ﷺ said, that man grows and two things continue to grow with him forever. And one of them is the love of dunya. So every week he would come out with the same lottery number. And on one particular week, by the qadr of Allah, he forgot to renew those numbers, and his numbers came up. And so when he came to learn of this, he found no way to deal with the overwhelming sense of regret that he was engulfed by other than to claim his life. He committed suicide. It's a very sad story. We would have hoped that Islam could have been introduced to him before that so that he would find solace there, but this is the qadr of Allah Jalla Jalaluhu. The point being, regret is something that we really struggle to deal with. And had Allah Jalla Jalaluhu not given us the coping mechanisms to deal with it in the life of this world, as Muslims, we could have been in the same situation as our friend from Liverpool. One of the names of Yawm al-Qiyamah, the Day of Judgment, is Yawm al-Hasra, the Day of Regret. Allah says, وَأَنذِرْهُمْ يَوْمَ الْحَسْرَةِ إِذْ قُضِيَ الْأَمْرُ وَهُمْ فِي غَفْلَةٍ وَهُمْ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ. Warn them of the day of regret. Warn them of the day of regret. The non-Muslim man will be in a state of regret for not being a Muslim. And the Muslim man and the Muslim woman will be in a state of regret for not being a better Muslim. We will be in a state of regret. With this short introduction, I would like to ask a question, which is, how can we protect ourselves from regret on the Day of Judgment? In other words, wouldn't it be so painful to meet Allah Jalla Jalaluhu on the day of standing and to see paradise and to see the hellfire, and then you see your deeds, and what was once the ultimate meaning of success in your life, you now see it nothing but a regretfully wasted opportunity. And that will be the situation of a lot of us. Imagine revising for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, theoretically speaking, for an exam, and then when you enter the examination theater, you realize that you are revising for the wrong exam. Imagine spending 4 years, 5 years, 8 years studying to become a professional in a particular field, say medicine or architecture, only to find out that there is no demand for your field of expertise. Imagine spending years upon years of your life climbing up a ladder, only then to discover that your ladder was leaning on the wrong wall. Now, what is the common denominator of all three of these examples? I'm sure you will agree with me that it is vision setting. If I had set for myself a clear vision and a plan, knowing who I am as a male, as a female, educated, uneducated, Arab, non-Arab, knowing who I am, and then knowing where I am going, I would have protected myself from such a regretful outcome. Agreed? Agreed, dear brothers and sisters? طيب, so what is success? All of this really is an introduction to get to this one question. What is success? How can I be happy and offer Allah Jalla Jalaluhu a gift, a dowry of a hasana, a good deed, to justify my pleading for Jannah? How? How do I define what success? Is it in being a CEO of a company, or a parliamentarian, or an MC? And there can be elements of success in all, don't get me wrong. I am talking about the ultimate success. So that we are smiling on a day when the majority of people will not be smiling. How can we define success? Here is a suggestion, dear brothers and sisters, just to get the conversation going. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala helps us answer this question. Allah says, focus with me, كل نفس ذائقة الموت وإنما توفون أجوركم يوم القيامة فمن زحزح عن النار وأدخل الجنة فقد فاز وما الحياة الدنيا إلا متاع الغرور. Every soul shall taste death. Allah mentions, and it is on the day of judgment where we are going to be recompensed for what we did in full. Listen carefully now. Here is the definition of success according to Allah Jalla Jalaluh. He says, therefore whoever is pushed away from the hellfire and is given access into Jannah, such a person has succeeded. What is success? It is about glorifying Allah and entering into Jannah. What is success? Not falling into the pits of the hellfire. With that benchmark, dear brothers and sisters, allow it to inform your decisions in life. Allow it to help you find your strategy on your project, so that on Yawm al-Qiyamah, us and our mothers and our fathers, our children will be smiling and will be happy, and we will not be in a state of regret.